I've gotten a lot of comments of people asking me what gear do I use to create my street photography, well, videos. So today I want to talk a little bit about the camera I use, the lens, the GoPro, well, lenses actually, because I actually use 2 lenses. In case you're interested, there will be a link in the description for all the things that I'm talking about in this video. So let's get into it. Okay, starting with the camera. So the camera that I'm using is the Canon EOS R. I would show it to you right now, but I'm using it to film this video. Actually, I might be able to use my GoPro here to just record it. I just spent the whole day doing street photography, so this is why it's a little dark out right now. But yeah, this is my camera, the Canon EOS R. Now, the Canon EOS R is a very great camera, right? It's full frame and it takes amazing photos, as you've seen. The only thing is that it's a little bit old. I think it's almost like 7 years old. So I definitely want to upgrade this camera sooner. But as of right now, I don't really see the need to do that. So yes, I am using a 7-year-old camera to do all my street photography. It's not the best camera, right? It's not the most up-to-date, but gear is not the most important thing, right? It's what you have in there. It's the skills that count, right? Pretty sure that what I do with this Canon EOS R, I'll be able to do with an older camera or a newer camera, right? At the end of the day, the gear is just the thing that you use to let your creativity out, right? But it's not the thing that creates the art. This is why I don't really like when people say, whoa, your camera takes great photos. Thank you, I guess, but the camera is not the one taking the photos. The photographer is the one that's putting all the work and all the thoughts and doing the work. But anyway, this is a compliment that I don't really like receiving that much. Okay, so the lens that I use 95% of the time is this. This is my 85mm f1.4. 85mm is great because it's perfect for portraits, right? 1.4, this aperture is amazing because it really blurs out everything in the background. So this is why I really love using a lens like this for all my street photography work. Well, mostly all my street photography work. Another thing that I like about this lens is that it wasn't that expensive. The second lens I'm going to talk about, which is the 50mm f1.8, is even cheaper, right? But this one, I bought it used, so I got a pretty good deal on it. So the reason why I actually bought this lens was to start doing street photography. I did have my 50 1.8 at the time, but I really wanted to do it with the 85 1.4 because to me, 85mm is a much more pleasing focal length for portraits than the 50mm f1.8. But if you think differently, you can leave that in the comments. My question to you is, which one would you rather shoot a portrait with, right? The 85mm or the 50mm f1.8? This reminds me to maybe make a video about this too, because I get these comments a lot. So a potential versus video between the 85mm and the 50mm f1.8 for street photography might be coming up soon. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss on that. So yeah, this is the lens that I use for most of my street photography work. Now, the 50mm is a classic focal length, right? It's not too zoomed in, it's not too wide. It's also pretty good for portraits, and the fact that it has a 1.8 aperture means that it's really great in low light. As you can see, it's 5 p.m. right now, the sun has already set, and there's just like a little light above me, and right now I'm at f1.8, and if I wasn't, then this video would be much darker, right? So it's also great in low light. Now, I could have used my 85mm to shoot this video, but I would have had to back all the way up, right? Because it's really zoomed in. But the 50mm is wider. It has a nice aperture, which allows you to get this shallow depth of field, as you can see behind me. Now, this is for video, but it's also great for photos. Okay, so that was the camera, that was the lenses. Now, the GoPro. This is what I use to record all my interactions. This is the GoPro Hero 8, right? As you can see, my gear is not the most up-to-date, guys, but it's not important. So yeah, this is the GoPro Hero 8, which is what I use to make all my street photography videos. Basically, what I do is I strap it to my chest, right? And it records all my interactions, and then I can go ahead and post that on Instagram. Well, right now that's on Instagram or YouTube. It's basically the same thing. Then what I do is I bring it into DaVinci Resolve, which is my editing software of choice. I used to be with Premiere, but I let it go because I just couldn't with this program, right? So for the last 3 or 4 years now, I've been with DaVinci Resolve. So this is also something that I want to upgrade from in the near future. For now, it's pretty good, right? It's just the GoPro Hero 8. Now there's already the 9, the 10th. I think the 12 just came out recently. Or I might just invest in the Insta360 One R. I'm not sure yet. I'm not really in the market for a GoPro either, but if you guys have any suggestions, make sure to leave them down in the comments. So yeah, this is my GoPro Hero 8, which I use for all my street photography. And this is a little strap, right, that I use to, well, attach the GoPro to my chest and record all the street photography videos. So that's basically it. So there you have it. This is all the street photography gear that I use to create my, well, street photography videos. The camera, Canon EOS R. I mostly shoot with the 85mm f1.8. I use a strap and the GoPro Hero 8 to record all my interactions. And I edit in a mixture of CapCut for the captions and DaVinci Resolve for everything that's color grading and editing. And my photos, I edit them in Adobe Lightroom. Now, if you want to know how I edit my photos, you can watch this video here where I go all in depth about that. But thank you for watching this video. Click here to subscribe. Keep creating, stay creative. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.